this tutorial is always great because if you don't have a Halloween costume, and I love.
Yeah.
Are you done? Okay. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this month is Halloween. So I decided to do a little kitty cat tutorial. Can you stop? You're making me feel self-conscious now.
Beautiful, I love you.
Aw, thank you. Okay. Take 2. Or 3. It's 3. Take 3. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this month is Halloween. I decided to do a little kitty cat tutorial. It's obviously one of the most probably cliche things to do, but as always, it's the easiest. And there it goes again. Terrible. Yeah, how could I get? It's the most easiest thing to do, especially if you don't have a costume and at last minute you decide that maybe you are going to go somewhere specifically for Halloween. And they're selling these cat ears everywhere, all different kinds, and you wear something black, you throw on ears, and then you do your makeup. And so it's very easy just to pull together, especially if it's last minute. I'm not gonna be a cat for this Halloween, but I just wanted to do this. So this is my take. Everyone has something a little bit different, and you know, maybe you like this whole look, or maybe you want to incorporate something that I did with someone else, and then someone else, and then come up with your own unique twist on a cat. So obviously a cat with the furry eyebrows, I was very sloppy up at top, doing a lot of lines so it looks a little furry. A small nose, a very contoured nose to bring out that bridge, and then a small black nose, and then upper lip black. In this very sloppy, just like I pulled it together. And then a cat eye. So basically I'm not gonna have a lot of Halloween tutorials. I think I'm gonna do one more, and then this, and then the boxy charms. I really try to post once every week. I've been really trying to post every Monday, but I apologize if anyone really cares. I haven't necessarily been consistent, but I promise you that I will try to be more consistent and try to post every single Monday. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please spread some love, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you. Meow. And by the way, I'm more of a dog person than a cat person, you know? Got 2 dogs. No cats.
Okay, so first off, we're just going to start by priming our eyelids. I'm using the Urban Decay Primer Potion. It is one of my all-time favorites. And just using that all over my eye. Excuse me. This is one of my dogs that's very needy, so she always needs to be on my lap. So I am going to start drawing out the brows. So at the bottom of the brow, I'm going to be really precise, and I'm using the MAC. I've actually got this in the Boxy Charm of September. And I'm starting to neatly draw out the eyebrows, and now using flicks, I am going to make the eyebrows furry. So I am just using flicks, going outside the lines, but I'm only doing that on top, above the brow. And then we're going in with this Wet n Wild, and I'm using the darker shade and their actual brow brush. I think powder would help it give it that furry effect, and then going back in with that pencil to define it a little bit more. And then of course, cleaning up the brows, I'm going to use the LA Pro Concealer, and I'm only doing that under the eyebrow. I am just cleaning up the edges. You don't want to clean up at the top, because and then of course you're going to get rid of that furriness, and then that would defeat the whole purpose of a little cat brow. But I am doing the tail of my brow to make that a little sharp. but then going to pat the concealer out to help it blend more. And then just keep patting that out, of course. So first going to go in with a transition shade. I'm going to go in with a big fluffy Sigma brush just to use that as a transition shade. Okay, so this look, we're all using the Morphe 35O, which is their glow. So I'm using this light red brown for the crease, and using more of a bit of a like pencil brush, and then just carving out the crease to start creating a blended crease cut. And then using a fluffy brush just to blend that out, and then going back in. So it is a process of packing it on, blending it out, packing it on, until you create this blended effect that doesn't necessarily have any loss of pigmentation. So again, using this more gray brown to really define that crease, again using a pencil brush, and then going back in with the red brown, and then just using a whole bunch of the same brushes and the same colors, just to make sure that we're overlapping and creating a blended look. Okay, so I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Concealer again, and putting that on the same flat brush. This is from Morphe, and start carving out that crease. As you can see, there's a few times where I'm looking up, so this is a great way to know where your crease cut's supposed to be. I am probably going to eventually do a tutorial specifically on a crease cut and how to do them, but when you look up, that's where how far up your crease cut should go in terms of concealer. And then of course blending out the concealer, patting it down so it's not patchy, because that's so important when you go and eventually put eyeshadow on it, which I am doing right now. And then using a C brush, and this color is what I used. And then again going back and just fixing and carving it out until it is the best. I'm using the NYX liquid liner. I have to say this is my favorite liner ever. The brush tip is so thin, so you are very precise with it. It's so easy to handle, and it is black. The only problem issue that you might have with this is that it's not the best for filling it in, because it is a thin brush, and if you're doing a thicker liner, then having to fill in such a large area with a thin brush can be a pain in the butt, which is why I like to pair that with kind of like a gel liner, and fill it in. Or you could also dip a brush into the liner to get a thicker effect. As always, cleaning it up for any fallout shadow, and then also sharpening the tip of the eyeliner with that. And then I'm just using any sort of cold pencil. I believe this is from Wet n Wild, and lining the bottom lash line, and then using that pencil brush to blend it out. And using the NYX white liner, And then on the inner corner, just kind of outlining the white liner, do not go over it, and then create the little cat Egyptian sort of in the inner corner. Priming my eyelashes with mascara, just so to have the eyelashes, and maybe I'll also do a tutorial on that. So I'm using the Wet n Wild PhotoFocus. I really like the way this foundation shows up in photos. Obviously it's PhotoFocus, but I don't like the way it really necessarily wears out. So it's not very long lasting, but it's really nice if you're going to take a photo for makeup. But for like a wedding and stuff, although you are taking photos, you still want it to be long lasting and nicely show up for photos. So I would opt out with this, but since after this I'm taking all the makeup off, this is a great foundation. And of course, using my Miska Beauty over brush to blend it again. I have a coupon code for that for 25% off. And of course, using the beauty blender to then again blend everything out. I feel like a beauty blender is so essential because it really gives you the airbrush effect. Foundation never looks the same without doing the beauty blender. This concealer is my concealer for this video. Again, the LA Girl Pro Concealer. And then I'm using this to cream highlight, hitting under my eyes, the Cupid's bow, the bridge, the chin, and then doing some Wi-Fi signals on my forehead. Again, using that beauty blender to pat that out, and then just really blend that out. To set that highliner, and I'm going to use this Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I have to say this is one of my favorite contouring palettes. And then using the contour shade from there, yelling at the dogs to behave, but doing fishy face to really hit my cheekbones, and then making my forehead smaller. I don't think I have a big forehead. I hope not. But just the fundamentals of contouring. I especially really like to focus on contouring the cheeks, and this time I'm not putting any blush. I am just making the cheeks more bronzy and contour. For a cat look, you definitely want to really contour your nose. So again, going back with the cream highlight, and then using this Miska Beauty, this would be part of their oval brush collection, and then blending it out with a beauty blender. But you want to make sure you have a really contoured nose for this, because cat's nose tend to be very small and narrow. So I'm using again the NYX eyeliner, and then just kind of lining the cat nose with this. Again, this is really precise, which is why I'm lining this, and it offers a small brush, so it's very easy to handle in order to outline or stencil in whatever you need to. And then of course going in with a larger brush, although this brush may not look larger on video, it is much larger, and then just filling in the nose. So specifically with the nose, you want to really leave it at the tip. And I'm sorry the video had cut off here, but you really want to leave it at the tip. You don't want to bring it way too up. Again, cats have very narrow noses, and not very high. Okay, so you want to start creating that little bridge right under the nose, and then creating that line that recedes to the lip, and then just making sure that it's all blended. So here I am using the NYX Suede matted lip collection, I would like to say, because this is their matted lip liner. So I am using that to just outline the upper lip, not the bottom. Cats really don't have bottom lips, so we're mostly focusing on the top. And I apologize if I'm getting off camera. It's just I like to be precise, so I have to go a little up close. And then using the Suede Lip Matte lipstick as well. Both of these are an Alien. That is a color. And then just using a kohl liner pencil and just lightly dot the cheeks, and then throwing in some sloppy whiskers. I actually really prefer looking at this video just to have left the dots, but there goes your little quick put together kitty cat tutorial. So yeah,